let's just jump right into this. There's been so much going on with Sam Bankman-Fried. He has been arrested. The SEC has now put out its charges. We've got this press release here from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission that just came out today. Let's see. SEC charges Samuel Bankman-Fried with defrauding investors in crypto asset trading platform FTX. Defendant concealed his diversion of FTX customers' funds to crypto trading firm Alameda Research while raising more than $1.8 billion from investors. The Securities and Exchange Commission today charged Samuel Bankman-Fried with orchestrating a scheme to defraud equity investors in FTX Trading Ltd, FTX, the crypto trading platform of which he was the CEO and co-founder. Investigations as to other securities law violations and into other entities and persons relating to the alleged misconduct are ongoing. So they're still at it. According to the SEC's complaint, since at least May 2019, FTX, based in the Bahamas, raised more than $1.8 billion from equity investors, including approximately $1.1 billion from approximately 90 US-based investors. In his representations to investors, Bankman-Fried promoted FTX as a safe, responsible crypto asset trading platform, specifically touting FTX's sophisticated automated risk measures to protect customer assets. And I feel like I need to make this bigger. It just feels so small. There we go. Isn't that much better now? Now, if I can only find where I was before. The complaint alleges that, in reality, Bankman-Fried orchestrated a years-long fraud to conceal from FTX's investors, number one, the undisclosed diversion of FTX customers' funds to Alameda Research, LLC, his privately held crypto hedge fund. Number two, the undisclosed special treatment afforded to Alameda on the FTX platform, including providing Alameda with a virtually unlimited line of credit funded by the platform's customers and exempting Alameda from certain key FTX risk mitigation measures. And three, undisclosed risk stemming from FTX's exposure to Alameda's significant holdings of overvalued, illiquid assets such as FTX affiliated tokens. The complaint further alleges that Bankman-Fried used co-mingled FTX customers' funds at Alameda to make undisclosed venture investments, lavish real estate purchases, and large political donations. We allege that Sam Bankman-Fried built a house of cards on a foundation of deception while telling investors that it was one of the safest buildings in crypto, said SEC Chair Gary, I don't know if that's Gensler or Gensler. The alleged, okay, let's put it in quotes, quote, the alleged fraud committed by Mr. Bankman-Fried is a clarion call to crypto platforms that they need to come into compliance with our laws. Compliance protects both those who invest on and those who invest in crypto platforms with time-tested safeguards, such as properly protecting customer funds and separating conflicting lines of business. It also shines a light into trading platform conduct for both investors through disclosure and regulators through examination authority. To those platforms that don't comply with our securities laws, the SEC's enforcement division is ready to take action, unquote. Quote, FTX operated behind a veneer of legitimacy Mr. Bankman-Fried created by, among other things, touting its best-in-class controls, including a proprietary risk engine and FTX's adherence to specific investor protection principles and detailed terms of service. But as we allege in our complaint, that veneer wasn't just thin, it was fraudulent, unquote, said the director of the SEC's Division of Enforcement. Quote, FTX's collapse highlights the very real risks that unregistered crypto asset trading platforms can pose for investors and customers alike. While we continue to investigate FTX and other entities and individuals for potential violations of the federal securities laws, as alleged in our complaint, today we are holding Mr. Bankman-Fried responsible for fraudulently raising billions of dollars from investors in FTX and misusing funds belonging to FTX's trading customers, unquote. The SEC's complaint charges Bankman-Fried with violating the anti-fraud provisions of the Securities Act of 1933 and the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. The SEC's complaint seeks injunctions against future securities law violations, an injunction that prohibits Bankman-Fried from participating in the issuance, purchase, offer, or sale of any securities except for his own personal account, disgorgement of his ill-gotten gains, a civil penalty, and an officer and director bar. In parallel actions, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York and the Commodity Future Trading Commission, CFTC, announced today charges against Bankman-Fried. The SEC's ongoing investigation is being conducted by Devlin N. Sue, Ivan Snyder, and David S. Brown of the Crypto Assets and Cyber Unit, and Brian, I give up. It is being supervised by, okay, there you've got the people, okay? The SEC appreciates the assistance of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, the FBI, and the CFTC. And, you know, I try to do the names correctly, but I just am not familiar with some of those names. And it might be, I keep saying Alameda, it could be Alameda, I'm not entirely sure. And I just got finished listening to the hearing, so I should have that down, but I'm so used to saying things a certain way. There you have it. That is the press release that the SEC just released today on the charges that they dropped. So stay tuned. There's just so much going on. I just can't really keep up with it all. There are things still playing out in my head that I heard during the hearing. So go ahead, give the video a thumbs up because we got a lot of information out of that. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.